Hey Ponders, it's Pauline Ponders. Welcome back to another video. I know this is not my main platform. If you don't know, I am a podcast host. I have a podcast called Positive and Ponder, and I've been doing it for at least a year now, a year and 4 months. And a lot of you guys have been requesting more content on my YouTube channel, kind of see what's behind the mic, see more of me, and I'm very excited. So originally, I was just going to show you guys the production of my podcast, the equipment that I use, and how I prepare for an episode. But thinking back on where I started, it kind of motivated me and inspired me to talk more intimately to you guys about podcasting, how I started, and more in terms of talking about working with limitations. After looking at several videos on YouTube about basically podcasting 101 for beginners, not a lot of them talk about working with limitations. Most of them are already well-developed podcasters, and if you are someone who has been doing podcasting for many years and you have tons and loads of experience and you have the best equipment, you don't really have to watch this video, but I think it'll be awesome because it gives us a time to reflect on where we started. But again, this is also for new podcasters especially. I want to encourage you through this topic of working with limitations, because even though we have the virus going on and we've been quarantined, and I'm sure a lot of you content creators out there have been struggling a bit, but I didn't want to just focus on Corona. I wanted to focus in general of working with limitations. And if you didn't know already, Positive and Ponder is a podcast, a self-improvement podcast that talks about everything and anything in the aim to give you some encouragement, some motivation, and some inspiration for your day. So don't forget to subscribe to that after this. All right, let's move on into the video. So first, I want to show you my equipment. And it's pretty simple actually. So I first started off with the Snowball mic, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know that that's kind of like the starter pack of a podcaster. It's a USB mic. Oh yeah, right here, super cute. And it's very affordable. The quality actually isn't bad for what it is. So yeah, that is what I started with in case you were interested. Now I slightly upgraded to this right here, is the AKG P120, and this one was about definitely more than the Snowball, I know that for sure. And then I also have these headphones that I got on Black Friday. These are the Skull Candy ones, I think, and I think they're soundproof. These are super good, and they're also Bluetooth. And then also I have this, which is my Zoom handheld recorder. This is awesome. So if you're just going into podcasting and you have a mic such as a Snowball, or you use a USB mic, I had trouble using that because I didn't have the best laptop, and I still don't, which I'll get into. And it was just hard to kind of merge the sounds together, merge the audio together. Because it's a USB, you need to download certain softwares to kind of put them together in substitute of an interface, which is what you would use with a studio mic or a condenser mic. And the software that I downloaded wasn't reliable because it would glitch. I had already been doing months of podcasting, so I figured I should upgrade, and that's when I got my new mic. And the reason why I love this Zoom right here is that you're able to have two mics connected to it. Also has a mic right here, but also most importantly, I didn't have to carry around my laptop. It's portable, bring your mic. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not have a MacBook. I do not have an expensive laptop. I don't. I just felt like I didn't really need to buy one, and I thought it was more better to get equipment that didn't require using my laptop. The only time I would use my laptop is for editing. So I just put the SD card from here into my laptop and I'll start editing. And if you're wondering what I use for editing, is Audacity. It's free and it's simple. And I know a lot of you guys have probably purchased, Logic and have other softwares, and that's totally fine. By all means, use that. But I'm talking to those who are on a budget, like I am, like I always am. Of course, eventually you want to upgrade. Most importantly, work with what you have. But I was still able to produce content, and that's where your passion should shine. If you have a great passion to do podcasting, to share your voice, which is the most important part about podcasting and the main purpose of doing it, or should be, is to inspire, I think, and to educate, and other people should benefit from your voice and also from the content that you produce. Of course, later on, after you've been doing it for months and months and you're getting a bigger audience, then eventually you want to invest in that. But I still want to tell you, you can work with limitations. Still do your best in trying to keep the quality as clean as you can. So take out all the all the, the ad libs, all of those things that are not necessary, the annoying noises. Try your best to kind of clean it up, because even though I just said, work with what you have and do the best with you can, even on a low budget, you still want to give your audience something that will have them come back. A lot of people get disappointed when people don't come back, but they don't realize that there are things that you can fix, which is like the or the, the thumps on the table or the sound quality, because you want people to come back. Yes, the things that you're saying are wonderful and enlightening and amazing, and you have great conversations with your friends, but we also have to consider being professional and working hard towards, benefiting our audience and giving them what they want. All right, enough of that. So yeah, that is my setup. That's all that I use. So a limitation that some of us may have, including myself until this day, is the environment. So in the beginning, when I first started, what I did was either I had guest speakers at their house, or I would get a room at the library and reserve that. So yeah, that's what I did for many months, and no one had a problem with it. I think it was also cool because it was glass walls, so everyone would be looking and seeing what we were doing, and that was kind of a way to market and show my podcast to everyone. You should also consider the resources that you have around you that are free. So rent out a library room or a study room or whatever it is. So I still do my sessions at the library, and no one ever minds. Again, no one ever minds. And that's one of my greatest goals, is to have my own studio, have my own creative space. Right now, I've been doing my podcast sessions at work. For those who don't know, I am a part-time elderly caretaker, so I take care of an elderly patient with my mom just for side income, and it's actually pretty perfect because I'm here most days, and when I have a break, I get to use this room to record. So again, use with what you have. And if I let my environment, my limitations, my budget limit me in the beginning when I first started podcasting, I would never have gotten this far. I've met so many people, produced so much content, have been consistent most days, most months, and I've had almost 40 episodes so far in this span. I'm on season 2 already. In a humble way, I want to say I'm proud of myself because I didn't let those things limit me, because the most important thing, the only thing that was stuck in my mind, is the passion to share my voice and to use my platform for my guest speakers and to inspire and to create and to encourage. That was my main focus. Of course, I ran into things where it kind of discouraged me, like my equipment wouldn't work on the day of my podcast episodes. It was hard for me to record because there would be so much background noise and people walking in on me in the room while I'm recording. And yeah, but I'm telling you, it's a process and you'll learn how to work around it. Also, I forgot to mention that I use Anchor. Anchor is a distributor. It's a one-stop shop for recording and editing your episodes, and I don't really do my editing on there. I usually only use it for splitting segments or adding sponsor advertisements that they also offer, but it's a great place, especially for beginners, and a lot of people actually use Anchor, so really look into that. They have a lot of features for beginners that would really help you, but it doesn't help you in editing your audio as much, just more of splitting them into segments, putting music, and yeah. Now, I feel like I should have had pointers or like bullet points of basically what I'm trying to tell you, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And I think it's something most of you guys already know, but it's all in a matter of applying it to ourselves. You know, we have this limitation. We're not able to record on this day. Okay, I'll try another day. It's picking up a lot of background noise, then maybe find a different place to record. It can be in your closet. It can be anywhere. You don't need a studio to record. Also, with guest speakers, in the beginning, it's gonna be kind of hard to reach out to other people, like strangers, but utilize the people around you. You know a lot about your friends, you know a lot about your family. People love relatability. I think that's one thing that has brought a lot of people back to my podcast, is just the relatable topics. So don't worry so much about being professional, especially in the beginning. People just want to hear things worth listening to, if that makes sense. It's a learning process. Like, you learn it along the way. Everyone will have their own individual problems, but I think a common mistake, sometimes we spend too much time on scripted things. I feel like in the beginning I was reading off of scripts a lot because I was afraid of forgetting things and just stuttering and repeating things. It can help you in the beginning, but eventually you're going to learn how to not always depend on that, because you develop your voice, you become confident in your voice. You start to discover the capabilities of your voice. So in the beginning, it's totally fine if you have to read off of a script. That's fine. I still, to this day, for my solo episodes, especially if I'm sharing journal entries that I make, which is usually the theme of my solo episodes, it's okay to read off of scripts. If you still find yourself stuttering, it's common. Most episodes are all clean cut because they have been edited. Don't worry too much about it. I found myself recording just small segments. You know, we're all going to be hit with limitations, things that hold us from reaching our full potential, but that is not true. There are so many different outlets that you will be given, and you will discover if you're passionate and if you're eager to find them. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and if you are just starting your podcast or you haven't yet, please don't hesitate to comment below. You can follow me on Instagram and DM me through that. I'd love to hear your experience in podcasting. I definitely need to connect with more podcasters. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next video. And like I always say, don't forget to always love, to always be curious, and to always ponder.